Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
New information tonight. A former West Fargo teacher pleaded guilty this afternoon to 6 counts of sex-related crimes with students. 37-year-old Shannon Mosier was in Cass County Court for a change of plea hearing. She was originally charged with 8 felonies. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley was at the court hearing and tells us more about what happened. Bailey?
Thanks, Christine. A district judge accepted 6 guilty pleas from an emotional Shannon Mosier this afternoon, including 4 counts of luring a minor, gross sexual imposition, and 1 count of sexual assault. Mosier was originally also charged with 2 counts of a use of a minor in a sexual performance. However, both those were dismissed today. In court documents released this afternoon, we now know there are 6 victims, and all but 1 are under the age of 16. Documents also say some of these incidents have been going on since May of 2016. Judge Douglas Herman also raised Mosier's bail from $30,000 to $100,000, adding that he was surprised she's remained in custody this whole time. A sentencing date has not yet been set. Tonight on Valley News Live at 6, we hear from Mosier's attorney in an exclusive interview about why his client has refused to post bail. Christine?
All right, thank you, Bailey. Mosier resigned from Liberty Middle School earlier this summer, where she was a science teacher for the past 2 years. She's facing 5 years to life in prison. A North Dakota woman has died from a virus caused by rodent droppings. The North Dakota Department of Health says the hantavirus is rare, but you can get it after cleaning up areas inside that haven't been touched for a while, like a vacation home. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz talks to experts about what you can do to protect your home before closing it back up for the season.
As the weather cools down, North Dakotans and Minnesotans start to close up their lake houses and RVs for the season. But one North Dakota woman is dead from a virus more commonly associated with opening a home than closing it down.
It could be a shed, an outbuilding, a barn, anything that you might not go into on a routine basis where rodents have a possibility of making a nest.
The North Dakota Department of Health says hantavirus pulmonary syndrome is contracted by infected rodents' droppings, urine, and saliva.
Breathing it in from kicking it up during cleaning of outhouses.
In this case, the woman was said to have possibly had this type of exposure. So why now?
It can happen year-round when you're around that mouse population.
Nisa Meyer says it's rare here in North Dakota. The last case we saw in state was in 2016. But according to the North Dakota Game and Fish Department, at least 2 types of mice here carry the virus.
The white-footed mouse and the deer mouse. And those are 2 very common rodents in North Dakota.
So what are some prevention measures? The North Dakota Department of Health recommends opening all your doors and windows and letting them ventilate for at least 30 minutes before entering your lake house for the first time. They also recommend using gloves and paper towels to pick up any rat droppings and using disinfectant spray.
When you're sweeping up a dry area, you create that dust cloud. So that's why we recommend when cleaning these outbuildings, do a wet mopping and wipe it up with a towel versus using a dry broom.
But now that folks are getting ready to close up their homes for the season, what can you do to keep them cleaner when you're gone?
If you have broken windows, patching them up.
And get rid of leftover food.
If you're worried about mice, make sure to set up a mouse trap or 2.
The upside? Nisa Meyer says the virus can't be contracted from person to person. Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
The Department of Health says the woman who died was from northeastern North Dakota, but wouldn't give any specifics for privacy reasons. To learn more about the virus, head to our website and click on this story. Our first taste of fall-like weather has arrived today. Some of us, myself included, were not quite ready. Robert, is this chilly and some sprinkly air weather here to stay?
Yeah, the chilly air is here to stick around for about another 24 to 36 hours, and then we start to warm up as we head through the middle and latter portion of the week. It is certainly chilly for this time of year. 55 in Langdon, 56, Devils Lake, 62 in Grand Forks, also 62 right here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Breezy north to northeast winds will continue as we head through this evening, at times gusting over 20 miles per hour. It'll stay breezy as we head through the overnight hours. Cloud cover, we've got quite a bit of it, but a little break in the clouds in southeastern portions of North Dakota. In terms of radar, we are seeing a few showers, some heavier rain off towards the east, eastern Otter Tail County, over towards Wadena County and southern Hubbard County, seeing some heavier rain and also some light to occasionally moderate rain across northern portions of the valley. We'll continue to see that chance for a few showers and sprinkles as we head through this evening here in Fargo. Temperatures slowly cooling on down to around 60 by 9 o'clock. As mentioned, the cool air here for one more day, and then some warmer weather. We've got that to talk about, as well as some severe weather to talk about as we head through the next 7 days. And we'll detail that coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thank you, Robert. Also, make sure you've got that Storm Team weather app. You can download the latest version when you need it. If you want to download it for free so you don't miss alerts, just search VNL Weather in your app store. Meanwhile, communities across the region continue to clean up after last night's storm. We sent our Valley News team's Maddie Jelseth to one town that got hit pretty hard. She's showing us some of the damage.
It was really scary because the wind stuck around for a little while, but it was really quick, really fast, and then it was gone.
Amanda Kindle says she was terrified during the storm, but now she's grateful it didn't damage anything significant.
To lose a couple windows and what we had in the backyard is way better than like losing our vehicle or our home.
Some homes in Winger had large trees in their yards, along with silos that were damaged. Others had shingles ripped from their house and windows broken into from tree branches.
The trees are one thing, but there are a couple people that lost some buildings. The elevator here in town took some severe damage.
The Calvary Lutheran Church in town also had major damage to it. Windows were broken and glass was everywhere inside. But the community came together to lend a saw to help with cleanup efforts around town.
It really shows that the community can pull together when they want to and need to.
The Polk County Sheriff's Department told me power is back up in Winger, and they're determining the degree of property damage some residents had. Reporting for Valley News Live, I'm Maddie Jelseth.
The Sheriff's Department tells us no one was hurt from that storm. If you want to take a closer look at that storm damage, head to our website, valleynewslive.com. Barnes County authorities want you to be aware of a high-risk sex offender now living in the area. Charles Matthew Carrington Jr. is now living in Fingal, North Dakota. Carrington was convicted in federal court in 2006 of sexual abuse of a minor. His victim was a 12-year-old girl. He sexually assaulted her nearly 25 times over a 2-year period. If you have any questions about Carrington, call the sheriff's office at 701-845-8530. One woman is saved tonight after she was looking to jump off a bridge in Bemidji. This morning, authorities responded to the Highway 71 bridge over Highway 2 for a report of a person possibly with a gun looking to jump. Officers say the woman appeared very distraught and was crying hysterically. Authorities were able to grab and pull her over the bridge to safety. She was taken to the hospital for treatment. Authorities say a man was assaulted and robbed on the University of Minnesota's campus. Officials say the robbery happened shortly after 6:30 Saturday evening on the West Bank campus. The victim told officers that 2 suspects followed him from the store to the bus stop. The suspects then punched him in the face and he fell to the ground. One suspect kicked him and then took his cell phone. Now, if you have any information about what happened, call the University of Minnesota Police at the number on your screen. That is 612-624-2677. Would you accept half the paycheck for the same amount of work? That's what some local workers say they were protesting today in Fargo. Teamsters Local 120 says Fargo workers are being treated unfairly. Union representatives say alcohol distributor Johnson Brothers Liquor Company increased wages across the country. But here in Fargo, workers only received half of that increase despite doing the same amount of work.
If they can afford to give it in other parts of the country, why can't they give it here? Why would they give them half the increase up here that they give them in other markets? They work just as hard up here. People in North Dakota work just as hard as the rest of the country.
Now workers are hoping to raise some awareness. They say they want customers to know who exactly they're doing business with. They'll continue their information campaign tonight at the Red Hawks game. We also reached out to Johnson Brothers for a comment, but haven't heard back just yet. Starting today, city staff members started a 3-week process of moving materials and technology equipment into the new City Hall facility in downtown Fargo. This new facility will open to the public on September 17th. Now, during this time, staff will serve the community at the current City Hall, which is at 200 3rd Street North. You were asked to keep in mind that meeting with city staff members may take a little bit longer than normal due to the moving process. If you want more information on the changes that are happening, just visit us on our website, valleynewslive.com.